Are you and me? Been spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise. All right, back at it again with another podcast. Just kidding. Of course, this is a cold one with Dave. Today's going to be a bit of a different one. Don't have any cold ones currently in the refrigerator, so this is going to be, it just took a hit off this indica vape, so we'll see how that goes. So instead of a cold one with Dave today, this is going to be titled We Need to Toke. So play on words there apparently, but back at it again. We're going to do another topic here, see what we can randomly generate for us to kind of just talk about, go over, who knows. It is what it is. You want to hang, be talked at. I mean, feel free to respond. I won't hear you, but go for it. Do your own thing. You are an individual. You have the right to do as you please. So, EA Sports. It's in the game. I've been practicing that lately, and I think it's getting all right. EA Sports. It's in the game. I don't get it every time, but we're getting there. Back on topic, though. Back on a random topic. Let's go here and click this, see what we can get. Random topic. Are you an indoor or outdoor person? That is extremely vague. Both. Currently indoor. I've been outdoor. It's good. It's a lot like the inside, except you're outside. If you think about it, being indoors, you're still technically on the same plane of existence. So you're outdoors, but you're in a confined area. Say if you're in a house, you're in a large box that's just constructed on some land. If you think about the area you're in the way it used to be, it was just hills or plains, fields, desert for the unfortunate folks, or just an open area. If you're in the Philippines, it didn't exist. It's all made of volcanic lava. Anyway, if you're inside, you're technically outside. You're just inside a smaller area, but you're still part of the same general thing. As for being an outdoor person, I do enjoy fishing. That's something I have always kind of been into. Haven't caught a fish in a long time, years and years. But I still like going, still like participating. I guess that's why they call it fishing and not catching. But anyway, still a good time. I'm cool that it's something to do. I enjoy watching videos about different knots, baits, types of fishing styles, all that stuff, even though it doesn't pertain to me because I generally suck at it, but it kind of is what it is. As for being an indoor person, yeah, sure, video games, hanging out, relaxing, just doing a little bit of nothing here and there. That's also fun. You need to relax. There's a lot of extroverts out there that need to have all of their time slots filled. Otherwise, I guess they don't feel fulfilled, and that's unfortunate. I couldn't imagine being like that. I do enjoy just being at home and hanging out. And sometimes it's okay to get nothing accomplished for a while. You can just kind of do your own thing. It's not all about getting things done. It's about mental health, too. So I'm a huge advocate for that. Would you rather? All right. Would you rather lose all of your possessions or sell one of your organs? Well, that's hard to say. I've only got the three organs total, 2 in the basement, 1 in the attic. I guess it depends. Am I going to be the person that's moving the organ? If there's folks that are coming in to pick it up and move it themselves, I guess that'd be an okay option. I don't want to bring it downstairs or upstairs. I don't want to move an organ at all. Extremely heavy. But on the flip side, losing all of your possessions, you would technically be losing your organs too. Good part about that is, if they just disappear, then you wouldn't have to actually move the organs. So it could save you some back-breaking labor. That's a tough call. I'm not going to give you a straight answer on that one. Let's do another one. Would you rather be completely bald or be covered from your head to toes with hair? Obviously bald. Being absolutely completely hairless like a mole rat would be a whole lot better than being a fucking wolf man and just covered in thick layers of hair, akin to Robin Williams, of course. Rip. But yeah, I don't want to be covered in hair completely. That's ridiculous. Can you imagine having hair on the bottom of your feet or on the inside of your mouth? No, thank you. Next. Would you rather lose your sense of taste or lose your sense of smell? Tough call. If you lose your sense of smell, you are losing a lot of your sense of taste. Unfortunately, they're kind of one and one. It's hard to taste completely without your smell. If you have a sinus infection, stuffed up nose, all that stuff, and you're eating something, most times you're like, the fuck is that? But yeah, I mean, if you lose your taste, you can still smell. Obviously, your taste doesn't affect your smell. I don't think. I don't know a whole lot about the five senses, but I imagine that losing your taste wouldn't affect your smell. So I guess rather lose taste. Next, would you rather drink a cup of spoiled milk or pee your pants in public? Well, I've peed my pants in public. I've never drank a cup of spoiled milk. I would absolutely rather pee your pants in public. Hopefully this wouldn't be constant frequency. Hopefully it's not a constant stream of urine while you're in public, as opposed to drinking one single cup of spoiled milk. Story time. I was in second grade, sitting in the classroom wearing black sweatpants, wintertime. Most kids had winter boots on. I, of course, didn't grow up with any of that fancy pants stuff, so I was wearing my regular sneakers. And as I was sitting at my desk, had to go to the washroom. I went during the bathroom break and couldn't go because everything was occupied. Had to get back to class because the teacher was demanding. I guess it was also the 90s, so it was a different time. Anyway, got back in class, sat around, didn't want to ask to go back to the washroom because I figured I'd be interrupting the class, which I didn't want to do at that time. And I decided just to go. And I figured, well, we've all been outside. We got snow on our shoes. There's moisture on the ground already. Nobody's going to notice. So I sat at my desk and I just peed in my black sweatpants and on my sneakers. And nobody noticed. Nobody said anything. I don't know if they were too embarrassed to say anything, or I can't imagine the kids can be rude, so they would have said something for sure. But I didn't say anything. At the end of the day, I just got up and left and went home and just lived in shame. Which isn't a terrible thing. It's not bad to feel ashamed of yourself. Just try not to. You don't have to. Not everything is as cataclysmic as people make it seem. It's going to be fine. You're going to be all right. So anyway, as long as it's not a constant stream of urine, I'd rather just pee my pants in public the one time than drink a cup of spoiled milk. Next, would you rather only be able to use a spoon or only be able to use a fork? Now, this is the shit I wanted to get into. This is interesting. Spoons, obviously, almost completely necessary for ice cream unless you're using a cone. Also, soups. You cannot eat soup with a fork. Flip side, you can eat stew with a fork. If you get some thick beef stew, you can eat that with a fork. Mostly. The stuff that's left over, you can sop up with some bread. You cannot eat steak with a spoon, I would imagine. And I do like steak more than soup. Do I like steak more than ice cream? Yeah, I would say so. I'm going to have to go with fork on this one. I would rather only be able to use a fork as opposed to only being able to use a spoon. Because you can use a fork to stir things as you would a spoon, to spread peanut butter or cream cheese. You can use a fork for all of that. Anything else a spoon can do, a fork can do. Maybe not better, but at least close to the same. So I'm gonna fork on this one. Next, would you rather shave your eyebrows or dye your eyebrows pink? All right. Well, the pink will be more accepting to the general public, I believe, because if you see somebody without eyebrows, instantly suspicious of that person. They look, I don't want to say crazy, but they do look like they have ulterior motives, like they've got some shit planned. Pink eyebrows, I figured, they weren't hugged much as a kid, whatever. Give them the benefit of the doubt, though. They're decent folks. I guess I'm going to have to go with the pink eyebrows because I think the dye, depending on what you use, would wear off faster than your eyebrows growing back. So, pink eyebrows on that one. Next, would you rather watch a good TV show or watch a good movie? I faced this conundrum this very morning. I turned on the television, turned on the Amazon Fire Stick, and couldn't decide if I wanted to start a movie or get into a TV show. I wouldn't start a news show this morning. That doesn't feel quite right. But I was on the fence between watching A Bug's Life for the umpteenth time, because it's a fine film, or watching Airplane for the first time with Leslie Nielsen. I've seen reference to it a bunch of times, but I've never actually watched the movie. Also was on the fence with watching some Tosh Point oh, whatever, some dumb shit just to fill time and laugh. And I decided to watch Airplane for the first time, and I made it about 25 minutes in. I knew it was going to be zany. I knew it was going to be constant slapstick shit, which was fine. Overall, it was okay what I got through, but the Saturday Night Fever portion with the Bee Gees was singing "Staying Alive" was just fucking tremendously long. I feel like that 3 minutes ish lasted about an hour. It felt like forever, and it was funny at first, and then it's just, I mean, I guess you had to be there. The early to mid 80s was a different time, of course, 40 years ago at this point somehow. But yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge fan of it. Maybe I'll try it again at some other point. I don't know. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in there, so that was a welcome surprise to see him walking in the cockpit. That big motherfucker. But yeah, I ended up watching Airplane. It wasn't great. TV shows, though, getting back on the topic here, I did start watching the Twisted Metal TV show last week, and I finished it in a few days. It was pretty good. The first season, of course, is only out. I think it's 10 or 11 episodes. I'm going to say 10. Lock that in as my final answer, even though it could be 11. And it was decent. The portions with Sweet Tooth were awesome. He's got an interesting personality. Overall, it seems like a decent show. I will watch season 2 when that comes out. I'm weird. I'm just that kind of guy. I thought the show was great. I would probably even rewatch that season just because it was decent with everything happening in there. Of course, my childhood, I remember playing Twisted Metal here and there. I don't remember the story at all. I actually remember blowing shit up with cars on the PS1, and nearly 30 years ago, that was fucking astounding. But I do have to say, with me being a weird person, the type of person that I am, some of the inaccuracies kind of bugged me. And it's the stupid shit. I don't know why I concentrate on this stuff, but the story is, spoiler alert, I guess, but the story is the world ended-ish in, I think it was 2002. It might have been 2003, don't quote me. It was one of those 2 years, though, for sure. And some type of bombs went off, and it became a post-apocalyptic scenario. Not with zombies and shit, but with folks racing cars to deliver stuff and fucking cannibals and all that stuff. Anyway, they were in a shopping mall, and there was the police officer. His name is Stone. He's a pretty main dude in the show. And there was 2 girls sitting on a bench, and they were dicking around on their cell phones, old Nokia type shit. And the girl says, "Oh, my phone doesn't have great reception." And she said, "I knew I should have got the Razor." And that bugged me because I knew that fucking phone came out in like 07, 06 at the earliest. And I thought, well, fuck. Here it is, 2002, 2003. You're talking about a phone that's not even out for 2 or 3 years. If you had a Razor phone in 2002, you would have been ruler of the fucking world with a color screen and fucking camera that was badass for its time. Awesome key layout. I mean, that thing was fucking stellar. And it was thin as a razor, thus the name. Anyway, though, yeah, that bugged me, whatever. A few of the cars, they're newer than 2002. Like, there was a Chevy HHR. I think those came out in 2006. Again, might have been 2005. Either way, 2005 at the earliest. So how the fuck is there a newer production vehicle that would have been created after the world had, quote-unquote, ended in the show? So, I don't know. But that's just me. Other than that, it was great. Good show. The dude who plays John Doe is legit. He's cool. Quiet's cool. All that stuff. It was all good. Decent. There's ulterior motives in the show and backstabbing, like literal backstabbing and all this other stuff. So, I mean, check it out if you like that type of kooky stuff. We'll do one more topic. I like to keep these kind of short. I don't know. People might get bored, tired of listening to this stuff. You know, and if that's the case, turn it off. Whatever, I get it. Feel free to come back, though. I mean, you gotta try stuff more than once sometimes. But But it depends on the person. So one more topic here. Generate. Would you rather be super strong or super fast? Okay, superpower question. Well, my immediate response would be super strong. Reason for that is because theoretically, if you're super strong, that means all of your limbs, all your shit, muscles, all that stuff is all super strong. So, in essence, you would be able to run extremely fast if you are super strong. You would have very strong calves, and your Achilles tendon would be fucking buff, absolutely beefed up. So I would rather be super strong because you'd have the other ability if you were super strong. Now, if you're super fast, that'd be cool, but what happens if you're running as fast as a speeding bullet and you're not super strong and you accidentally run into a deer? If you're running through the fucking Midwest at any time of the year, apparently, and you hit this deer, now you would think that you would just cleave the deer in half and continue running, but if your body's super weak and you are a gelatinous human as we are, you might get fucking cleaved in half. So I think being super fast would be a super big issue. Unless you also think equally as fast as you can run. If that's the case, you would see obstacles coming up and be able to avoid them. But I don't know, that's a bit too deep for today. I would rather be super strong than super fast. I think generally that would be a wonderful option for folks. And overall be much more useful to be strong as opposed to fast. So, with that, we're going to check out. We're going to be done for this podcast. If you stuck around, cool. I appreciate that. There will be more to come. Give feedback if that's an option. I don't know any do any of that stuff, honestly. But and if you don't want to come back, that's fine. I get it. Everything isn't for everybody. Hoping to just reach some few folks out there and just talk to you for a bit. See what's going on. See how you've been. But other than that, this has been That Show. A cold one with Dave. But today's episode, of course, will be titled We Need to Toke. Because I did not have a cool one. So, until next time, true believers, Excelsior.